Good. Oh my god, my overlay didn't work again. You gotta be kidding me. What is going on with this shit? Hold on, guys. The announcement, it'll happen. It just, my overlay, I checked it right before this. It was there. And now it's not. Hold on, let me go. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that one again. Well, now it's back. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Okay, good God, Nox. I literally gave you I tried to make amends with these guys before this whole thing started. Oh. Here, you can have a second one, Nox, because you're big. What is up, everybody? So I have news, and this news came to me several hours ago, and I asked my friends, I was like, how soon can we make this happen? And they said immediately, and I said, okay. So, I know we got, how many we got in chat right now? 728. It's going to be the fucking, it's going to be the Hunger Games here. So I'm dropping this in the chat. The Franklin plushie is now live at Bunker Branding. It went live 2 minutes ago. There's 500 of them. They come with a certificate of authenticity if you're interested. If you're not, that's totally fine. But the Franklin plushie is live and at Bunker Branding right now. They're there. I'm never doing this again. I fucking hated this whole 2-year process to make these things happen. I'm not going down this road ever again. So if you want them, they're there. A lot of you asked for them, so there's 500 total. Someone already said ordered. Good God. Y'all are quick. Are Mover and Gonky going to be here? I don't know if they're prepared for this, man. I don't know. But yeah, they're live now officially. What do I miss here? Got a trade offer for you. Donated you 100 for a single skit, but how much for the UK speaking with a Middle East accent for the entire video? I've done that a couple times, like not the whole video, but I gave them like an identity crisis. I don't know. I think I kind of want to play that one out a little bit longer. First super chat of the stream, boys. Well, you were second, but I appreciate you. Arando, by the way, thank you. Brandon Booner, thank you. Let me see. I want an F-22 plushie pillow, bro. Not from that company ever again. Fuck that shit. Your Persian American buddy here wanted to say hello and that I missed the last few lives, just down and in pain. It's okay, man. We need the time. We need the time. We need the link. I just dropped it in chat. I'll drop it again. Is there a way to... You know what? I might be able to do it over here. Let me see. There we go. Wolfram put it in there. I would like the boys. Plushies. 40 for a plushie is too much for me. I want one so bad. I completely understand. I kind of like talked with Bunker about how we were going to price these things, and I want to make sure that their time is paid for. My time is paid for. I mean, I'm into the plushies for about $7,000. That was, yeah. So a little more than that with the certificates of authenticity and the extra work there. But yeah, it's been a process. I'm just never doing it again. I bought the Franklin plushie while stuffed inside a 737 Max Wing. Boss man shit. Rondo, every live, man, you are in a fucking wing. Also, I think my mods modded somebody else. Wolfram or Rogue was telling me about it, that someone else became a mod in my Discord server. I've created this weird ecosystem where they get to choose their own. Can we send Grandpa Buff over to Durka faster, harder? I don't want to pay to bro. Gas is insane right now. It jumped 20 cents overnight on like Tuesday. Just remember, all we need to do is start telling the people in charge to leave OPEC. That's it. UAE just left OPEC. And I didn't even really know what OPEC was. And then I went down the OPEC rabbit hole. It's so sleazy. It is so sleazy. I think the U.S. is part of OPEC. I'm almost positive. Let me double check. Oh, never mind. The U.S. is not in OPEC. I did not know that. Huh. It's mostly Middle Eastern, South American nations. I did not know that. Hello, love from Pretoria. Bro, like I have a pretty standard American education, right? I just bought the Franklin plushie. Oh, no, I read that one. Can we send... Oh, I read that one, too. What's up, HLC? Cody? It's been a week. Yesterday I was doing shoulders, and I tweaked my neck something fierce, so that's why I have this thing here that kind of looks like a weird ball sack. I was like massaging and rolling the side of my neck, because like right now turning my head or moving it all just sucks. But on the plus side, I was military pressing 60 in each hand, so I was pretty happy about that. Back from the store, just got yours. Damn, they're going quick. Sir, mods in chat. Yes. Got mine ordered. So excited for my Franklin. And other news, I'm a child. I'm gonna get a text from fucking John, who's like my handler over at Bunker, in the morning, and he's gonna be like, Ethan, they're all gone. What do you mean they're all gone? They're all gone. Can we get more? I know we're not getting more. It'll take 2 years to get there. I got a better proposal anyway. How's the nerd changes Grandpa Buff's voice to a Middle East accent for a video? That'll be worth every penny. I can't think of a good reason to use that. Like if there was the next time a nation does some hacking in the United States, I think I could play into something like that, but I don't really know. 12 Bravo. Hey, combat engineer. Army vet, your videos have helped me enjoy some laughs and help with PTSD. Love all you do and the rest of the Pepperbox crew. This is my first super chat for any channel. Essayons. Mother fricker. I don't know how much enunciation I can put behind the F word on a live stream, but hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that we can help you out. But remember, like, this is not as much as I want to tell people, and I do tell people, don't do the enemy any fucking favors, which I genuinely believe is a better message than like, hey, don't hurt yourself. Because veterans, we're stubborn. We're very stubborn creatures. So like when I say like, don't do the enemy any favors, you live out of spite, which I find is far more in line with the way veterans operate. But remember, at the end of the day, you made the decision to still be here, and I'm thankful for that. So it always comes down to you. We need to tell the UN to go fuck itself. Bro, honest question, has the UN ever like participated in a significant way aside from Mogadishu, right? Like everyone knows Mogadishu, but like has the UN ever participated in any significant way in any US conflicts where they actually helped the US? I'm genuinely curious. And Mogadishu wasn't really the UN. It was like the UN just kind of did it out of spite. Like they were pissed off at the whole situation. It was a mess. Long-time listener, first-time talker. I just got my plushie. Wanted to say, love your content, brother. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much. Larry Wagoner Jr. You guys know I'm dyslexic. Korea. They helped in the Korean War. So I'll be honest with you. There are some wars that are kind of a blind spot to me. I know I served in Korea. But Vietnam, I'm not as well versed in. Korea, I'm not as well versed in. World War II is the vast majority of everything that I know. And then I was on who bought me Windrose last week? By the way, fuck you. You've taken all of my spare time as of late, and I've been on Windrose with a couple of my mods, and he was like telling me the history of Blackbeard and shit, and it's all just like a blank spot for me. Like I don't know anything about that. So it was Wither. God damn you, Wither. Got a plushie. My first thought was an announcement that you got ball reduction surgery. I saw those comments before my intro finished. I saw those and I was like, these sons of bitches. I should have just been in like, I'm shrinking my nuts. Grandpa Buff for Secretary of State. I don't even know what the Secretary of State does. I just imagine some angry racist B-52. All right, fuckers. This shit's all fucked up and retarded. Our budget's way over. Our people aren't performing. A bunch of you are embezzling. So here's what we're going to do. Step 1, eliminate minorities. I know. But I just picked them because it kind of breaks the ice. After that, low performers. Then we hire back the minorities that are high performers, and we get an efficient unit. I don't know. Oh, I know. 11 Omar. Oh, I saw that. The fuck was the news? You missed it, Luke? You must have just got here. We, the Franklin plushies have officially arrived and are for sale on Bunker Branding right now. They went live, what time is it right now? 10 minutes ago. How do you feel about the U.S. pulling 5,000 troops out of Germany? Do you think we'll move them to Poland, aka Little Texas? I don't know. Moving those 5,000 troops, so when it comes to like the different parts of the military, like, well, the army anyways, like I can speak on the army aspect. Units in Germany regularly deploy. Same thing with units in Vicenza, like 173rd, they regularly deploy from those locations. PACOM, on the other hand, Pacific Command, like Korea, Japan, Guam, they don't deploy. Their mission is there. So I don't know if they're moving permanently or if they're just forward deploying them to support Operation, what is it, Epic Fury? I don't know. Germany is weak and gay. France is weaker and gayer. What is going on, Florida man Gabe? Order confirmed. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you so much. Buff needs to play poker with the Douglas Sky Raider. I mean, I could probably make that happen in a State of Mind. State of Mind is all my same characters. It's over on Pepperbox. I do 2 of those a month, and it's all based on history, things that have happened in history. I will admit, last month and the month before, I've been so busy, I only had time to do 1 in that month, but I'm going to try and make sure I do 2 this month. Beans, that is all. Beans. Let me see. Max Boucher, message retracted. Yeah, the display case is growing past trains.
I'd intercept me.
HLCU and your Wavos are what make America great. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, my Wavos. Isn't Wavos beans? Like, isn't like the actual translation is beans? I'm not being a smartass. I know what you're getting at, but thank you. Good God. The unsub show pass ain't an outlier. Damn, you got a lot of unsub stuff, my dude. AZ Mad Monk 1. Thank you so much. Also, I did pass Mover and Gonki's information over to Eli at Unsub. He said he's going to look into them, and if they seem like a good fit to come on the show, he would be interested. But that's entirely, I mean, that's his show. I don't dictate any of that, but I did pass the word. And I had a good time with Mover and Gonki on their live stream. I honestly had a great time, and I would definitely go back. And the questions were good. The information was good. Like, they're both very highly intelligent men. I mean, it was a good time. I had a really good time with Mover and Gonki. They're really good dudes. So to everyone who pushed us to make that happen, including some of my mods like Weapons. Is Weapons in here? Yeah, he's in here. Thank you. I had a good time over there. Have I seen the gameplay for the game DORF? Callback time when RTS was some unique supply systems. I have not looked into that. I'm not as RTS as I used to be. Lately, survival games have been my jam. That's why I like Windrose. I like it. I wish I had more time to play it, but I like it. Did you know back in the day, a bunch of Polish people took refuge in Iran, and a bunch of us are the descendants of them? Polish do be getting it in. I mean, it doesn't make, I mean, it's not unheard of because, I mean, that would make perfect sense because Iran in World War II, not 11, was neutral officially. Germany did take some of their oil fields, and then the British and the Russians came and pushed them out and whatever. But Poland, when Poland collapsed, people went everywhere. Like they wanted nothing to do with Nazi Germany. So that makes absolute perfect sense. Michael Robbins, thank you so much. Were you a 14 Echo, 14 Tango? I was a 14 Echo, Patriot Fire Control. And I'm so glad they recently announced that they're introducing 14 Whiskey, which is the maintainers. I'm so happy. We've been begging for that for so fucking long because you can't learn everything. You just can't. You're either a good maintainer or you're a good operator. There's no in between. That like you're mediocre at both is best. I ended up in Mog. UN did nothing. You ended up in Mogadishu? No shit. UN did nothing but handcuff us. That tracks. Can the characters please all get sent to an air show? I was at Luke Days and kept hearing voices in my head and thought of your characters too. Once, so this year I do plan on going to Oshkosh. I don't know how much of it I'm going to go to. I know it's like a week long. I'm going to at least go to a couple days. I'm trying to convince the unsub guys to go with me because it's fucking Oshkosh. And last year at Oshkosh, they had a B-52 parked right at the entrance that you could just like go inside. I would be out my damn mind if I didn't think that I could go inside a B-52 and have Fenn videotape from the outside and I could just commentate in Grandpa Buff's voice about people. I'd just have him pan around and I would talk shit, which I think would be hilarious. So we'll try and make that happen. Will I ever visit Ukraine? After the war is over, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Operator Franklin t-shirt went. I mean, I have a couple of Franklin t-shirts. I have the Thrive Under Chaos and what's the other one? Unhinged and Unfiltered or something like that. Yeah. The gang does air show. I know, I'm trying to convince them because this is the thing. If I convince Eli to go to Oshkosh and I'm like, yeah, you can talk to pilots. They have test pilots there. Like, I think it'd be really good, right? Like there's some great footage. You guys will have a good time. You'll get to see some awesome shit. If I force Eli, this is my backdoor approach that came out weird, but it still holds. Okay. I love Nick. I adore the Fat Electrician. He is just one of my best friends. He's an awesome dude, but he's so unbelievably fucking busy and trying to deal with his schedule is insane. So if I can take something that he has dedicated a lot of time to and get them to go where I'm going, I can steal the Fat Electrician. That's my game plan. Kozak is in here. What is going? I don't have the horns, but I do have this. Welcome, Kozak. It's good to have you in here, buddy. Windrose is great. Am I going to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remastered? 100,000%. I loved Black Flag. It is, without any reasonable doubt, my favorite Assassin's Creed. Now, I know that's a hot take. A lot of people think the OG one is the best. Some, they like Assassin's Creed 2. For some reason, Assassin's Creed 3 during the Revolution wasn't really like highly revered as a good Assassin's Creed. I rather enjoyed it personally. And then Black Flag just crushed everything else because there was so much to do. There was so much fun. Like it was just, and then like once you got your ship all the way built up, you got to go toe to toe with those legendary ships at the edges of the map and shit. Oh, it was so good. Did you miss the big news? Yes. Our Franklin plushies, I have one up there, I showed it, are live on Bunker Branding right now as I speak. They went live 18 minutes ago. HLC, don't give away the plan. They'll counter you easily. Unsubscribe crew will troll you fast. I know. I got to be careful. Habitual dunk nuts. Just realized, never mentioned the fact I'm Polish. The way you portray Poland is absolutely spot on. I'm glad. From a Polish person, I've spoken to some Polish soldiers and I kind of asked them like how they feel about America, how they feel about Russia. One thing I will absolutely stand on is the Polish hate communism and Russia. Like they, with a fiery passion, unlike anything I've ever imagined. Okay, put it in perspective for you guys. Think of the most racist person, not buff, that you can think of, who just hates immigrants, thinks that America should be nothing but white, deport everybody else, shit like that. That is your average Polish person when you speak about Russians. At least in my experience, every Polish person I've ever spoken to is a lot that way. And the numbers really showcase that Poland is doing well. Like their quality of life is amongst the highest in Europe. Their GDP is amongst the highest in Europe. Their crime rate is amongst the lowest in Europe. Like they're doing really, really well. Like you can't fucking hate on the numbers, man. Like, I mean, are they perfect? No, no country on earth is perfect. Like people like, you think America's perfect? No, we are far from perfect. However, I would much rather live here than, I don't know what, 187 different nations. Yes. Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino. Yeah. Honestly, that's accurate. That's fair. Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino is your average Polish person when you start talking about Russians. Like average Pole. You're about to piss off another demographic. Let me see. I'm an 18-wheeler screaming north, delivering to Huntsville, Alabama. My wife's friend is actually visiting from Huntsville. I do want to go there. They have a really cool air and space museum that I've visited once before. I haven't reached out to them yet because Nick's schedule is just fucking insane to work with. But I do want to do that air and space museum again. I think that'd be a really good one for Habitually Fat. If you're really into World War II, you should read Give Them an Everlasting Name, written by Samuel Cox. I've not even heard of that, but I'll add it to the list. Right now, I'm elbows deep in the Horus Heresy, and then Dr. Kozak sent me a couple of books like World War II through German Eyes, which I'd never really considered that. I'm excited. I want to read those. Poland sounds fun. I can't deal with cold. I've never experienced European cold. I hear it's rough. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Like, I hear European cold is a whole other animal. Like, my buddies who've been to Germany and Poland and shit, they're like, it's no fucking joke, dude. So, Gypsy Crusaders, every poll about Russians. You're not, well, yeah, they really don't like Russians. Big news, holy shit, did Grandpa Buff teabag Iran? No, the plushies are out. The Franklin plushies, you know, for this stream, we'll just set my little buddy back here by the D-Rex. There we go. Franklin, just chill out. When is Dude Wipe sponsorship coming? I'm still waiting for the meme, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to become a reality. But the meme that I was waiting for is like someone, you know, that picture of the guy whispering to George Bush on 9/11, like, "Hey, sir, a plane hit the second tower." Like that thing is just, "Hey, sir, a turd hit the second ball." I'm waiting for that meme. It was in my brain, and I was like, you know, I think somebody's creative enough to come up with that. And yeah. Grafenveer winners, frozen hell. That's what I hear, man. I hear European winners are just a whole other world. A wet cold. They're a very, very wet cold. I've experienced dry cold and a little bit of a wet cold in Korea, but I would choose dry over wet all day long. I just remembered I need to post a template of my Angry Cops meme. We need to come to Hill Air Force Base, Utah, one of the only 2 museums that has the kit on display. I didn't know there was another one. Is it on the Air Force Base? Because, dude, for some reason, working with military bases is so much harder than going anywhere else. Everywhere else is just like, yeah, you can come, or no, we're not really interested, which is simple. Dude, military bases are like, look, we need their fucking blood type, their military history. We're going to run background checks. Like, they let John Q. Public go through those things on military installations, but us, because we want to film, is so stupid. Finally made it to an HLC stream. Welcome, and you made it to the right one. Our Franklin plushies are on bunker branding. Oh, no, it's before the base? Okay. I'll add it to the list. We got to know from the... This is the thing. I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys. If we reach out to someone and they say no, I'll tell you straight up. Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio said no. The World War II Museum in New Orleans said no. The Titan Missile Silo in Arizona has not responded. They didn't say yes or no. They just didn't respond to our emails. Trying to think of what else we got for no's. We've had a few no's. How do the dogs react to Franklin? They want to eat him. They think that he is a chew toy. Going to Warner Robins Museum. Where's that one at, Weapons? Clap back against Rich for Sean Fryan. Domestic or discount, Mr. Clean. What? What? You want me to call him? Wait, are you saying I am or he is? Domestic or discount, Mr. Clean? I had a couple of things that I was going to throw at Rich for the next one. Wireless speaker and microphone. wait, what are we talking about? I live in Oshkosh. I'd love to potentially meet you there on the unsub crew at EAA. I'm going. I know for a fact I'm going. Getting the rest of them there, we'll see. Sorry, I did that thing where I'm way behind. If I go to Oshkosh, take the time one day to go over to the short takeoff and landing field. You'll not be disappointed. Think Alaska bush planes that can take off just the side of helicopters at distances. Do they do that at Oshkosh? I think that's super cool. I've seen videos of that. I didn't know they did that at Oshkosh. I thought it was like all military equipment or retired military equipment. Oshkosh also has a small veterans museum that's 5-minute drive from EAA Airshow site. I may have to reach out to them. Yet another reason I could force Nick to go. I also did get permission. I'm not going to say who. I reached out to this individual. She had known about me. She's, I think, a pilot and a maintainer on like some old war aircraft. And she said that she's like, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but would you or any of the guys want to go up in one of these aircraft? Mrs. Linecrosser's not here. She is adamantly against it. I want to go. Like, how many people can say, so I know a Corsair is not a 2-seater. I know that. So I can't go up in my favorite plane, but like, is a P-51 a two-seater? Or some of the other planes they have, are they 2-seaters? Who's going to pass at that opportunity? Honest question. Anyone in the chat, would you pass on that opportunity if you were afforded it? I don't know any. Now, there are women in chat. The select few of you. Women might be like, not really my thing. But Oshkosh has tons of civilian aircraft. See, I didn't know that. I've never been to Oshkosh. Once in a lifetime opportunity. See? Franklin coming to Springfield, Illinois. Did I try the USS Hornet Museum? I have not reached out to the USS Hornet. I do want to do the Hornet. We want to do the Laffey. The Laffey's closed right now. I did the Yorktown, but I was by myself. Nick had already taken off. I just did that because I thought it was cool. And the oh my God, New Jersey. I want to go to the New Jersey. We have a yes at the Mighty Mo. I got to finish up sending them some more details, but the Mighty Mo has said yes. The Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum, I got to reach out to there's a submarine out there that I'd like to go to because I'd like to spend like a week there and just hit different spots like the Arizona, the Aviation Museum, the fucking Mighty Mo. Like I want to hit all of these. They modified the aircraft to be 2-seaters, the Corsair. Oh, if I could go up in a Corsair. That's a wrap. We're attacking Iran, fuckers. Let's go. I have air superiority in a fucking 100-year-old plane. Well, not 100. It's 80, 90-year-old plane. When did the F4U get built? USS Kidd. I don't know where that one is, but I know that that one's been brought up before. The Texas. Is the Texas out of dry dock? I know it was. It was in dry dock. I don't know if it's all the way out yet. Using 3rd Infantry, the Old Guard is peak trolling to the King. My dad was stationed with them after his time in the 199th. Dude, I thought that was so fucking funny. Like, this is the thing. And I try to explain the nuance to everybody. You can, like, hope that our administration does well and does the right thing and not be a conservative. Just like, this is the thing. I hoped that President Biden would make good decisions. I genuinely did, right? I didn't relish when he made poor decisions, no. But I also think that it's a level of nuance to be able to call out when our administration does something dumb. Now that was not dumb. That was hilarious. And the King even like fired back at us, which was great, right? Like that's how you build good rapport with two different countries. So I don't know. Yeah. USS Hornet has Carrier Con? There's a carrier convention? That tickles my biscuit. Just remember back in the day, dumb Polak jokes, Grandpa Buff voice. Ever play Cyberpunk? Kind of fucked up. I have played Cyberpunk. I have it on my Xbox. I played it, kind of beat it, and then there wasn't really much else to do, and there were still some glitches, and I have a mission that the lady glitched through the entire game and like fell through the bottom of the map, so I can't even finish it. I didn't go back to it. I should. If you like World War II history books, David V. Goliath stories, highly recommend The Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors by James D. Hornfisher. I do like Last Stands. I've never even heard of Last Stand of the Tin Can Sailors. I've never heard of that. I invited you to review my autistic video response to your Star Wars video. If you're bored, I tried to make visuals amusing for you, but my face is eh. Aurora, do me a favor. Make sure my mods get that in my Discord. I'll take a look. This is the thing. I know, like, making that video versus the Imperial Star Destroyer, I was like, look, I know there's going to be some deep diving lore nerds who just straight up like, hey, you fucked all this up. But I tried. I tried to do the best I possibly can, right? We should bring awareness. Long balls matter. There's someone, okay, for those of you who are in chat who don't know what Pepperbox is, and it's okay if you don't, Pepperbox.tv is a streaming service where all of your favorite creators go. Myself, a bunch of other creators, there's like 20 or 30 of us on there. I do 4 exclusive shows that are nowhere but Pepperbox on there. There's a 14-day free trial, by the way. This isn't like an injected ad. I'm just telling you, like, hey, if you want to check it out, you can go check it out. And then there's someone on there whose name is literally HLC's Poopy Balls. Like, every time there's an inside joke in that show or in those shows, somebody comes up with a name for it. So, like, when I was on Man vs. Morning, we were talking about Big Door. Somebody put eyes and mouth and a yarmulke and the little curly cues on a door and named themselves Big Door. There's a D-Rex in there that every single time I post a video says I'm eating them at night. Like, dude, it's insane. It's it's a wild place to be. It is a wild place to be. It's Turbo Laser, not Turbo Blaster. That's fair. I read that, Caps. Wolfram's going to get mad. My bad. You're lucky you didn't come up too much on Mover. I know. This is the thing. I warned them beforehand, before we went live, because I was in like a little chat with them. And I was like, hey, this is probably going to come up. This is like new. People are going to talk about it. And so, like, that's why when it popped up, they were just like, oh, we're going to go right on past that. But my Pepperbox account is HLC's chair. See? There's all this in there, man. And it's wild. And I feel like, on the one hand, I love seeing new people come to Pepperbox because it's so, how do I word this? They out themselves because they'll show up and they'll be like, hey, I'm glad I get these videos early. There's no ads in them, right? No ads ever. I already talked to the guys in charge of it. I'm like, if you got ads, I'm out. Like, I'm not playing that fucking game. No ads ever. And I will see someone like, hey, HLC, great video. What the fuck is up with this comment section? It's just nothing but inside jokes. Just plops, cum, fucking poopy balls, like Big Door. I'm eating them at night. Like, the whole thing is just no. It's all just inside jokes. Could have filmed Patriots Point in Charleston. So I went to Patriots Point. Nick wasn't there. He had already taken off. So when I go anywhere, I try and stay like an extra day, especially if my wife is there. I stay an extra day because, like, I'm a little groggy after whatever's going on, but I also like to, like, take in the sights. So I wanted to go see different stuff. And I went to Patriots Point and I went out to the USS, Yorktown, which I was wrong as shit, which is okay, guys. I don't know if you know this. It is okay to be wrong in life. And I told my wife, I was like, this thing fought through all of World War II. And then you go inside and I'm reading the exhibits and I was like, fuck, that was CV5. That thing is at the bottom of the ocean after the Battle of Midway. This is CV10. This showed up like 1945 towards the end of the war. Holy shit. Like, I didn't know that. I learned something new. It's okay to learn new things. Franklin is my birthday present. Hit 31 on Monday. Happy birthday, Aaron. Do they still do STL stuff over the ultralight field? National STOL will be there doing demonstrations. Those are with like those little Alaskan bush pilot, like puddle jumpers, right? With the big balloony wheels. They pretty much come in, like stall a foot off the ground and just like boom, boom. Like, it's crazy. I've seen the videos of it. Muted Hearts of Iron 4. I've never played Hearts of Iron 4. It's not one of the RTS games that I've gotten into. Also, Valine, if she's in here, she bought me Rust. I haven't even downloaded it because I've been on fucking Windrose. Me and Nick need to go to the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. I'm not trying to throw any shade here. Chic, which is fine. Was it Shiki Jojo? I don't know how to say that. I'm so sorry. There's a guy there. His name is Ty Greenless. He's the public affairs representative for that specific location. And he said, even after a major in the Army called him and was like trying to grease the gears, like, hey, these guys are vets, like this is good publicity. He said, and this is almost verbatim, we're not entertaining podcasters at this moment. Which one of you just shit your pants? Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Holy sweet fucking Christ. Oh my dear God. Dude, it's so bad. It was like a cloud behind me. As soon as I turned, like I got a little whiff of it and I turned and it was just straight like, oh, like I CPAP'd to my dog's asshole. Dude, it's not going away. I'm buying Febreze for this room. You two are insane. The door is open. Like, it's still there. Turn this thing up. It won't go away. That was a Knox fart. That was a Knox fart all day. Fritz farts smell like a turtle tank. Oh my sweet Jesus. Dude, that was so bad. Imagine Grandpa Buff as a voice in War Thunder like the Fat Electrician. That would be a full-time gig for you to get all the characters in. I reached out to World of Warships and said that I would voice some of their ships, but no. But there's a little indie company called Third Shift Studios. They're working on a game called Debauchery and Magic, which it looks like so much fun. They have said they're interested. Where's Fritz? He's over. Yeah, he's back there. Knox was back there. They swapped spots. Hey, fatty. One just got a Franklin. Thank you. I'm over 190 centimeters and over 100 kilos, so I have fat pass. So you're not victim sized. Mrs. HLC, what are you watching for? We're talking about awesome things, and you need to come get these dogs before I shave them. One of them, oh my God, it still stinks in here. Like it's thinned out. It's so bad. Zachary Bell size submarine on display at the Australian War Museum in Canberra Inland. I want to go international. When we're going to do that, I don't know. The museum is the Military Veterans Museum in Oshkosh. It's about the size of a motor pool. And that's good enough. You know, I tell you, if you watch that episode of Habitually Fat where we went to the Varnum Armory, it was a small little building. Bro, we were mesmerized. And I think this is the thing. To have a good museum, you need two things. And this is what I've learned after going to a lot of these historical sites. Number one, you need like good displays, right, of what you're showing. But then number two, you need a passionate individual who's going to learn the history of what is inside that building and make it come to life. And that guy at the Varnum Armory crushed it. Like, he is such a good dude. We had so much fun in there. I saw that building and I was like, and then we went inside and he just made history come to life. It was so good. You can assume the equipment, don't assume the interests. It's ma'am. I have a couple questions. One, do I consider the F-15 106-0 or 106-3 in air-to-air kills? Do I think Cuba's next on our checklist? Could Iran achieving 100% passive IADS be possible? So IADS, let me address that first. IADS, you mean integrated air defense systems? At this current time, no. The systems are too large and too easy to find on the EM spectrum. The F-15, given that they weren't combat kills and they were just fratricide, I would still say that it's 106-0. That's my personal take. Do I think Cuba's next on our checklist? No, they're kind of leaning our direction without any military intervention. Name it an Arleigh Burke, the USS Ethan Long. And I have to be dragging some depth charges behind it. I mean, Brown, right? Yeah. Brown, right? What, Brown? Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up. I got a Franklin coming to Missouri. Yeah, see, I don't think fratricide counts, but that's like me. I don't know where the actual count comes from because like F-15s have been lost, but usually they're an accident or fratricide or maybe a surface-to-air missile system. Those happen. But I think that, like, if they're actively in a dogfight and they get shot down, that would be 106 and 1. Like, I think that's how I count it, but I don't know. USA versus Space Marine Chapter Win. Also, are you Alfarius? I'm unfamiliar with what Alfarius means, but here's the thing. The Space Marine Chapter, I would have to give them a handicap. Because if their ship happens to have the virus bombs, we don't stand a snowball's chance in hell. So I would have to, for whatever reason, limit their use of the virus bombs. Like, they wouldn't be able to orbitally bombard us, which is really what I did for the Star Wars one, is I limited their ability to bomb us from orbit. So I think it's possible. Sweep the leg, cup checks. Aliens. One day he'll get to the Alpha Legion and the Horse Heresy. I got to order the 4th book is what I need. I need to order it. Can I make an HLC Crosser Corps member sticker like Matt's Demolition keychain? What would it take for Buff to sing me happy birthday?
Happy birthday to a homo. I'm just kidding. I know you sent stuff here and things that I need to read. You know I don't like reading, right? You know, HLC's like half retarded. You bastard.
I'm sorry. I've never really thought about making a Crosser Corps. I like it. I'm actually not against that. I'm actually here for it. Which voice of mine is the hardest to do? Also, I've seen a big raccoon at night. Now, I'm not saying he's Franklin. I would say probably the hardest one to do to maintain, aside from the accents that vex me. Like, I cannot get South African. I just can't get it, man. I'm trying. I'm still working on it, but it vexes me. Now, when it comes to my regularly used characters, the A10, because I gotta like, there's a pattern to like the ticks that it has, and if I mess those up, if I do them too often, it kind of loses its thing. But if I do them too few, it's really weird. You saw 2 Franklins last night on the door cam. Which book did the Alpha Legion appear in? Was it Legion? Last stand of the Tin Can Sailors battle off Samar, 7 destroyers versus nearly every remaining IJN cruiser and battleship. Destroyers won, only case where ship's dog chose to go down with the ship, like old time captain. I did not know that. And that's sad. Because puppies are awesome when they're not stinking up my fucking room, you assholes. Oh my God. It's still a little Knox butthole-y in here. Did I hear about the ex-Marine Democrat running in Maine with a swastika tattooed on his chest? I did not hear that. I'm going to add that to my notes and look into that. Because I don't see everything. I try and see as much as I can. I got to erase all my... All right. Weapons just sent it to me. I think I got your video. Oh my gosh. It did that thing again. Your Franklin plushie's coming to Washington. You know, maybe I should like start like a hashtag or something on like fucking Twitter or Instagram where like I just say, take a picture of your Franklin out in the world. See what is Franklin up to today? Sir, another Dookie has hit the second ball. I'm waiting for the George Bush meme. There are a few D-Rexes in Pepperbox. I don't know. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. I can't scroll up any further right now on my little thing. Oh, no, I'm there. That was the Space Marine one. That was the last stand of the Tin Can Sailors. Did I hear? But nope, there we go. Now I'm back caught up. Asparagus and cuttlefish. I bereave in you, Kyle. What? Are you fart maxing? To fight against them, right? I think that's what you're going with. Gotta go. Need to watch your newest video real quick. Victor, thank you for being here. You and Nick need to go to Springfield, Illinois, and do the Lincoln stuff. When I was a Boy Scout, we did that every year. It was a very cool experience. There's his house, grave, and museum. I would be absolutely open to that. I like a lot of the Revolutionary War and Civil War stuff just because that's such a blind spot for me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the World War II stuff. I don't know a great deal about World War I. Basically, what I know about World War I is everyone was really mad at each other, and then the U.S. showed up and won it. Same thing in World War II. Everyone was really mad at each other. You touched our boats. We showed up and won it, which is a really simplified way of looking at things. And before anyone, you didn't win World War II without a British Empire. Like, yeah, you guys definitely were making an amphibious assault on the beaches of Normandy long before the United States participated. You weren't winning, you were surviving. You're doing what Iran is doing. I'm sorry. All of history's blind spots for you? No. I should come to Massachusetts. Also, I learned something recently, just to show you guys my level of education. Let me make sure I'm right. I just want to check. Like, zoom out on Google Maps. Oh, yeah, there we go. I did not know Massachusetts was up near New York. I thought it was further down. No clue. I had no idea. Better yet, how the U.S. versus different Imperial Guard regiments are examining different weapons and vehicle platforms like the Death Strike, Manticore, and Hydra versus U.S. equivalents, and how we'd counter. I would have to learn a lot more about everything there to try and make that work. I'm not opposed to it. I do like the little spin-off ones that I do. I just try and be as accurate as I can.
Would you intercept me?
Metavo!
I'd intercept me.
Love how much Big Buff gets of Russia's mom bringing us a smile and good chuckle. Good to see you, HLC.
Good to see you as well, Metavo. Thank you so much for being here, my buddy. Navy SEALs versus ODST. Don't ODST have like Diet Mjolnir armor? Not being a smartass. Like, it's not full Spartan Mjolnir armor, but it's like pretty close. Aside from like the physical augments and shit, but it does like have shields. It does. I think so. To leave, we have to go through New York to almost anywhere else. So what's the big news? Franklin plushie is live on Bunker Branding right now as we speak. Great to see you on Mover and Gonky. Thank you guys all for suggesting that. Those are really cool guys. I really liked both of them. They were super awesome. Good guys, despite being pilots. My pity let fly at 3 a.m. once. It woke me up. I totally get it. Far more air freshener. Bro, I'm telling you. So I sleep with a CPAP. Also, I had a stoned thought last night. I'm going to share it with you guys. Maybe one of these days I'll do a high Ethan stream. But I had a stoned thought last night. Right? We're taught that sleep apnea, super deadly. Super deadly. Kills a whole bunch of people, right? Like, this is the fear that we're taught. Is sleep apnea is super deadly. And it affects most Americans, right? That's what we're taught. Why aren't there more homeless people like suffocating in their sleep? That was my stone thought I had last night. And now maybe crack cocaine offsets sleep apnea. I don't know. But that was my stoner thought last night. And I wanted to share that with you all. But anyways, I sleep with a CPAP. I sleep with like a CPAP on steroids. Okay. It's a CPAP, but it's a ASV, an auto something. It's an auto PAP. So mine throttles up and throttles down, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Knox sleeps right next to my CPAP. And he has before farted into my CPAP. You don't know anger, fear, and just not understanding what is going on in the world until you are force-fed a fresh dog turd into your nostrils at 15 pounds per square inch. Because my shit throttles up to 15 PSI. Do you have any idea what it's like trying to rip that mask off of yourself? It's awful. Oh, auto-sensing variable pressure. There you go. ASV. USA versus Master Chief. Could we take him? I think so. But it would have to be, there's a difference between Master Chief in the video games and Master Chief in the books. Because I read The Fall of Reach. And granted, like, we were way underpowered in The Fall of Reach. Our Spartan program was still putting in fucking work. So I would have to be very specific. Like, hey, this is the video game Master Chief, or hey, this is the book. Better USA versus the Spartan 2 program? Well, that's the thing. What would their goal be? Because the Spartans, and here's my nerd side coming out, the Spartan program was designed for specific missions. They weren't like all-out frontline members. Like, they could do frontline stuff, but they were like sneaky, strong, powerful, could eliminate the enemy quickly. Like, they were special operations for all intents and purposes. So, I mean, you line up the entirety of the American military versus how many was it? Like 150 that they started with. I don't see how they could win. I mean, there's the thing. Machine guns, not getting through. Fucking bullets, not getting through. A sabot. I don't care how tough your armor is. I mean, okay, I say I don't care, but it's probably made out of something that's incredibly fucking tough. But a sabot, that's a 25-pound depleted uranium dart out of an Abrams main battle tank traveling at around 6,280 feet per second. Well, I say an Abrams, but it's the same gun on the Leopard and the Chally. No, Chally is rifled. The Chally 2 is rifled. The Chally 3 is smoothbore. US versus Doom Guy all day. Thoughts about the JP Bank VP that hurt? Apparently their applications have exploded since then. I guess that we just found out, like, this is the thing. My thoughts on that is I think we found out that a large number of American men have that kink. I'm not kink shaming, not judging. I don't like bossy women who tell me what to do. But unfortunately, as a man in America, you marry a woman and they immediately become that. I love my wife to death, but I tell her all the time, I'm like, see, this is why I love being married. I don't have to think about anything. You just do all the thinking for me. USA versus a Maleficent Frigid. I don't even know what that is. I'm sorry. Howdy from Oklahoma. Love your videos. Thank you so much. God's Grenade. God's Grenade. That's actually a really cool fucking name. Jugapyro, US versus the Flood. Ooh, that actually might be kind of cool. But that leads to extermination, which we haven't done an extermination protocol in a long time. Did I see that scientists discovered the Kraken was real? No. I'm adding that to my notes because I want to look into that. And I'm going to look into it. But, like, this is the thing. I was watching a video years ago, and you know what there was? There was a megalodon on deep sea, like, oil drilling. You saw it swim right past the camera. Now, here's the thing. If you listen to the mainstream media or my wife, they'll tell you it was a Greenland shark. It looks a lot like a Greenland shark, but you're not going to convince me that's not a megalodon. Not happening. So that's a megalodon. Big Fish doesn't want you to know. Big Fish. US versus an Armageddon asteroid. Well, before he kicks the bucket, we need to go get Bruce Willis. It is so sad to see what has happened to Bruce Willis, but, like, you know, at the end of the day, being retired and just being with your family is probably what you know what, tell you what, this goes out to all the women out here. I'm going to tell something that may be profound to you. This may be profound. Most men know this. If you're young, maybe you haven't figured it out yet, right? Most men know this. Our goal in life as men, right? There's something we want versus something we need, okay? What we want is to grow old with you and see our kids grow up and be around for our family. That's what we want. And we know that our wants don't outweigh our needs. What do we need? And most men out there will tell you that I need my body to hold out long enough that my family doesn't need it anymore. That's it. And that's a really sad reality. And it's a painful reality for a lot of men. It's just, we need our bodies to hold on as long as humanly possible until all the bills are paid and our family is set up. That's really all we need. That's it. That's why, like, you ever hear stories about, like, farmers that work until the day they die because they still needed their body. That's it. Or the farmers that work their entire life and then after they pass, or like after they retire, they die like a week later because they were just hanging on to make sure the bills got paid. That's it. That might be a little profound for some of the women in here and some of the young men. I'm sorry. I wish it was better than that. I really do. But that's ultimately what it boils down to. And I see all the men like agreeing with me, like, yeah, he's fucking right. Right. And I hate that for us. I wish it was different, but that's just the way it is. And so like for me right now, luckily I'm in a position where through social media, content creation, merchandise, stuff like that, I can afford, good things in life. I live comfortably. I live conservatively. I'm not like some fucking goober out there. And I just bought a new Lamborghini, bro. My truck is like it's 11 years old now. Runs like a champ. I just maintain the damn thing. It's paid off. I'm happy. I'm a happy man. Like life is good. My wife needs a new car. Drop of the hat. Not a problem. She needs a new computer. Done. I just make sure she's taken care of. That's all I need in life. Staying around by sheer willpower and love. That's it. And I mean, I hate that for us. What, no Eli cars? There's only one vehicle that I want.
Would you intercept
that I
me?
would want to have. You guys are going to laugh at
me.
Wither!
Sorry I'm late. Can you restart the stream?
Well, you better hurry up, Wither. Because the Franklin plushies are on sale right now at Bunker Branding. They went on sale as soon as I went live. There's only 500 of them. I want to make sure Wither gets told. Also, Wither, fuck you for getting me Windrose. I've been playing the shit out of it with my mods. Well, with whatever spare time I have. I want a mini truck. One of the K trucks from like Korea. I want one. And here's why I want one, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I want to like keep it nice and stuff, but those K trucks have 660 cc, most of them, cc motorcycle engines, which is fine. But what if I put a 103 off of a Dyna in there? Because you can find motorcycle junkyards where the engine is still in good condition, but the rest of it's destroyed. You can get an engine for $100. I want a K truck that sounds like a Harley. Why not? Now I may have to get a little creative with the cooling because Harleys are air cooled, but that's something that I want. Skittle hair people out here supporting the flood. They just want to take over your body and everyone would think the same. You know what's interesting is a lot of them support communism, but none of them want to go to North Korea. Now I know what you're saying. I don't know. There's some, well, that's not communism. Yes. You're right. You're totally right. The most world-renowned communist that has ever existed, Joseph Stalin, some would argue Lenin, but anyways, Joseph Stalin, who appointed Kim Il-sung in charge of North Korea, told him, you should do it differently. Some Harleys are water-cooled. Oh yeah, oh my God. The one that, I think Porsche made the body style for it. I can see the bike in my head. What the fuck is it? It's the one with the frame comes like down the sides of the tank and you can see it's all like molded together. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've gotten my ass water cooled skiing before. A workers movement with no workers. Yeah. You're approved as my dog sitter. You can sit through the stink. My Boston will love it. Bro, you got a Boston Terrier? So terriers in general, I don't know if you guys know this. I'm sure your dog is wonderful. I'm sure they're wonderful. Terriers, every person who's like a dog trainer or a dog groomer will tell you terriers are apt to their name because they're terrors. That's what they are. V-Rod, there you go. That's the one I was thinking of. K-Truck with a rotary. I don't know if it'll fit because the engine sits under the bed. The engine's behind the cab. Maybe. Franklin on his way to Ohio will be invading Dayton Museum.
Would you intercept me?
First time buying merch and super chat. How can I send you something?
It is my personal duty
Wither.
to have you well funded and well gamed.
Well, I do appreciate it, Wither. I was going to get it. And I was just like, I don't have time for it right now. And as soon as you sent it to me, I downloaded it. And then like I was looking at my Steam screen and I look and fucking Wither and Rogue Spy, two of my mods were both on it. And I was like, and then I was playing with Rogue Spy and I was like, this is kind of fun. And he's like, I got us a server. God damn it. So now I'm into it. I've only gotten to the second ship. Starts with a B. I haven't gotten the big one yet. Working on that. I had a pit terrier. Holy crap, that swamp gas. Bro, terriers are nuts. They're good dogs. They are good dogs, but they're intelligent and they need to be educated and like challenged on a pretty regular basis. So you can send, if you want to send me something, Elijah, you don't have to, right? The only thing I'll ever ask of people is watch my videos. Like when it comes to the Franklin plushie, people asked for it for so long. I was like, what do I got to do to get this thing? And the cost through Bunker was a little bit more. So I went off on my own and I was like, I could save a little bit of money, keep the cost down for people. And no, nope. It was a 2-year nightmare. But if you go to habituallinecrosser.com, I do have my PO box there if you want to send stuff. I haven't checked it this week. I need to go check it. I've just been crazy busy because I'm opening another small business. So that'll be happening soon. Been busy. You were playing with Wither, right? So fuck me too. I said Wither and Wither? Sorry. Wolfram. Oh my God. Wolfram. I was playing with Wolfram. Fuck. Dude, words are hard right now. Leave me alone. Okay. Have I looked into the French Sam PT? I have not. That is one of the ones I'm probably going to do an HLC classroom this month. Denmark picked over the Patriot. I'm hungover on the couch. Happy to hear some missiletism. I don't know enough about the system to really compare. From what I understand, the SAM, I don't even know if you pronounce it SAMP T or SAM PT, is more built for ABTs, but it does have UAV capability. I don't think it's really built for ballistic missiles, but again, that's off the top of my head. I don't know enough about it. What's up, Mudflap? Words are hard because you're not talking about food. That's fair. A squad of Spartans held off armies before. Yeah, but hold on. I'm going to think of something. Did those armies have a bunch of depressed 18-year-olds with a defense budget big enough to fight God, firing guns that they could never in a million years hope that their base pay would offset the cost
Would
of?
you intercept me?
Checkmate.
I'd intercept me.
Brody, you need to get some rest. If you are seeing me instead of Wolfram.
Listen, you're both my government handlers. Just he's Canadian. Speaking of victim size, if I bring Zachary Bell to Australia, he's going into a petting zoo with geese and emus to find out emus are worse while we stand back and film. Dude, Zach is scrappy. He's a strong little dude. He's fucking scrappy. I don't know. He might be able to hold his own. Did I hear about the top scientists in the world on a live 11 so far? I heard about that. I haven't looked too much into it. Because I don't know if that's just fantastical stuff or I don't know. My sister had number 5 piston was an oil pan, O2 Jeep. The 4.0s, they don't die, bro. They don't. The 4.0s are just so hard to kill. Like, if I owned an auto shop and someone came in and they're like, hey, I blew up my Jeep's engine. And I'm like, oh, okay. It must have been like the new 4.3 or something like that, or 3.6. I can't remember what they're using now. And they're like, oh no, it's a 4.0. Did you run it without oil for 10,000 miles? Like, how did you do this? Obviously, you did something terribly incorrect to this motor because they just don't die. They're so hard to kill. I'm stuck with a i7 930 PC because I'm poor right now. It's all right, Rampant Fury. Hey, man. Everyone's got to save up for the things that they want, and that is okay. You don't got to even be sending me anything, man. I try and read as much as I can. World War I, dude got shot, a bunch of cousins in charge. The big countries fight each other because alliances, war becomes trench warfare. I'm really glad that wasn't. I would say that trench warfare is not in my lifetime, but we see in Ukraine, like, the only thing I can think of worse than trench warfare and like machine guns and meat wall tactics and shit like that is trench warfare with flying bombs hunting you down. Flying IEDs. I am just dumbfounded that, like, originally when this whole thing happened, right? Russia pushed in. I've been paying attention to the war, but this is like a brief synopsis. Russia came across the border. Ukraine ran out of pretty much every munition they had right away fighting them, but good on him for putting up a good defense. And then they kind of started to restructure. People were donating things. They were using them better. They were using these tactics. And then you have like the low cost drones, the cardboard drones from Australia, like all these different things. And now you have two teams, one of which that we viewed as like a world superpower. And they're both just throwing drones at each other most of the time. It's wild, man. It's insane. Ms. HLC needs a selfie with a quokka? Either Rottnest Island off Perth or Symbio, a small zoo in the south of Sydney. What is a quokka? I don't even know how to say that. Can I say that word? Oh, those things are adorable. A small cat-sized marsupial from the wallaby family. Look at this fucking thing. I think that this photo is changed, but it's still adorable. Say it like quacka? Is HLC slurring? We're trying, man. Just bought my Franklin. Has chat? What do you mean has chat? Or has everyone in chat? I don't know. I'm genuinely curious. And this is the thing, right? I don't want to go through that again. So if Bunker can figure out a way for me to not go through that again, I might do another push. But in the meantime, I'm not fucking doing this again. It has been the worst experience of my life. If you want a good World War I resources, I recommend Not So Quiet on the Western Front podcast, BBC's The Great War, and the Great War YouTube channel. And yeah, the Cretaceous Kraken is like 60-foot upper estimate, 20-foot low. That's awesome. You want a Shiba Inu? They're like small versions of Huskies from what I hear. Loud, they have a lot of personality, but they are energetic. Granted, I don't really know. Commies take over Russia, Germany, sink a ship, and sends telegram to Mexico. U.S. angry, we go over there, ends Germany, gets most of the blame because they were better than France. Is that what we talking about? That sounds like World War One. Yeah, because it was the Lusitania that pulled us in, right? It's always boats. It's always fucking boats. Gulf of Tonkin incident, boat. Pearl Harbor, boats. Lusitania, boat. Dude, we really do be fucking weird about our boats.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Why did you ignore the 90mm AAA guns in the Ludendorff Bridge episode?
Stay with me, okay? This is a little bit of a personal thing. Yes, the 90mm were there. They were dog shit. Their ceiling was incredibly low. They worked good on dive bombers, and by this time we had the variable time fuse. But like overall, they were kind of a dog shit like anti-air system. They were not nearly as useful as the meat chopper and or kraut mower. Those are their nicknames for them. I didn't come up with those nicknames. Dudes in the Battle of the Bulge who were just mowing through SS battalions came up with that shit. Okay. You mentioned high hypersonic with Gonki mover, do tell. So technically speaking, above hypersonic, so hypersonic is anything in excess of Mach 5. High hypersonic is anything in excess of Mach 10. So far, the trolls on the internet have not discovered high hypersonic. But now they probably will, because I fucking told the world. So hypersonic and then high hypersonic. Wretch like me. Took me a minute to read that. I had to sound it out like Hooked on Phonics style. Thank you so much. Me and my missus are getting a cane corso. Thing is a beast of a dog and super loyal and protective of kids. I've never personally had experience with cane corsos. If you train them and you do any dog has the ability to be good or bad, right? Depending on how it's raised, and how well it's trained, and as well as the environment. When I see people like, I want a husky and they live in an apartment, I'm like, why? Are you prepared to take 5 walks a day and go to the dog park? Those are working animals, right? It's nothing against the dog, but they're working animals. It's like getting an Irish setter and living in a 1-bedroom studio. Why? But cane corsos, from what I hear, strong dogs, loyal dogs. I don't know about their intelligence level. When it comes to big dogs, like I say big dogs, when I'm talking about like cane corsos, Irish wolfhounds, fucking Great Danes. Great Danes, I've never met a Great Dane that wasn't just dopey as shit. Great dogs. I mean, really friendly. They have no idea that they're size of a horse. They have no clue. But there's nothing in between their ears.
Intercept me?
Oh my God, Wither.
I'd intercept me.
I hate to break it to you, but we didn't go to war during World War I because of the Lusitania. It was the Zimmerman telegram.
I don't believe you. No, I'm just kidding. You're probably right. I'm not as well versed in World War I. Bostons are technically the smallest Mastiff breed. My little potato has caught birds in the double digits and runs his daycare group. Boston Terriers they're high energy animals. If I like Chinese food, you have to check Puerto Rican Chinese food. There's a Puerto Rican Chinese food? I do like Puerto Rican food. I had that a couple of years ago. I tried it for the first time. It's pretty good. I didn't think I was going to be a big fan of fried plantains. Very good. Very, very good. Why doesn't the U.S. use more NASAM systems? Fire and forget, huge stockpiles of 120s. Also, what's my thoughts on the F-100 frigate? Mini Arleigh Burke. It's the perfect frigate the U.S. should adopt. We're working on some kind of frigates right now. Pun intended, that ship has kind of sailed because it's all matter of funding. As for the NASAMs, we do have large stockpiles of AIM-120s. And with our overwhelming air superiority and supremacy in a lot of these fights, we don't really have to worry about using a lot of them. So that would make sense. However, I think that what the DOW right now, from just based off of their moves, what they're trying to do, what I think, is have all of their air defense missiles the same group, right? Like the same company that makes them, the same pieces, the same parts, so that they can interchange them. As for aviation, I don't know if they're doing that because there are capabilities and limitations of both AIM-9s, AIM-120s, and then probably the AIM-174. There's capabilities and limitations, so I don't know. But the NASAM is a bit of a good stopgap. Now, as for fire and forget, yes and no. The 120s are radar guided. Now they do go pit bull after a certain amount of time. Yes, I'm aware weapons, but the NASAM is basically a modified AIM-120. I'm tracking. Now, when it comes to... So when you say fire and forget, you still have to have a radar lock. So missile doesn't know where it is until the radar tells it where it is. The same works when you're fired off of an aircraft. You have a radar lock. The missile comes out. The radar talks to the missile, says, hey, missile, go this way. This is where your target is. Missile goes in. This happens with most like track wall scan systems or track wall search radars. So you still have to have your radar on, which puts you at risk. I hope that kind of like... Why? Oh my God. Why? Kozak, why are you calling me? Hold on. We're going to just talk to Kozak live on stream. Kozak, you're live.
Protocol 4, you asshole.
Protocol, is it already protocol? Oh, it is protocol 4.
Yes.
They're just going to fart again when they get up.
Don't abuse the doggos.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fine. Bye. Love you. Fucking weirdo. All right. Fritz, are you going to tell me? You going to tell me? Tell me? Okay, both of you did. If either of you just barked out a shit, we're fighting. I'll tackle you both and wrestle with you. Spartan's armor costs more than UNSC battlecruiser and they get paid normally like normal non-commissioned officers. I think they qualify under that. They do. That's actually... Dude, what is the cost of Mjolnir armor? Because like it has to be custom fit to each one. And it has to be like tailored to like their movement styles. And it's... Drone Hut, we deliver. Oh, God. No, thank you. If I haven't been attacked in a petting zoo with emus pecking the shit
you
out of you, didn't
intercept
grow
me?
up in Australia, you were to bubble wrap.
I'd intercept me.
The
Okay.
MQ9 can easily replace the A10. It needs another appearance in your videos.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, Weapons is going to have a fucking stroke. Oh, man. Oh, no. Well, okay. Let me ask some amplifying information on that one in that thought process. Okay. Now the A10, everyone knows the A10 for the 30 millimeter gun. Okay. The MQ9 does not have that capability. Now I'm assuming you probably could put some kind of machine gun pod thing on there that I'm unfamiliar with right now. Now, an MQ9 can fire Hellfires. From what I understand, an A10 can as well. But an A10 can also carry GBUs of certain sizes, and I don't know if an MQ9 can. So I'm all about like keeping our people, away from the danger. I'm all about that. But if you have to completely redesign the MQ9 to fill that role, no bueno for me. So, if there's systems that I'm unfamiliar with or unaware of right now, A10 cannot fire Hellfire? Well, this is the thing. They both have the ability to unalive
intercept
somebody,
me?
but also how fast they get there.
I'd intercept me.
This online argument is brought to you by the US tax dollar.
Dude, my wife all the time, she's like, we just got to, cut these checks to the government for taxes, right? Like we cut stupid checks to the government. And she's like, why are you always so upset? I'm like, because I worked for the government for 16 years. They have no idea how to use my goddamn money. They're stupid. They're dumb. Like, having a habitual burrito right now? What? It was tested. Now, I will say, and it was tried once. It was used once in combat, and I found out about this because somebody was arguing with Weapons about it, is that apparently it was either Desert Storm or the 2003 invasion of Iraq, they put a 20 millimeter, or maybe it was a 30 millimeter, like machine gun pods on the bottom of an F-16, and it like bent the housing from the recoil, and they're just like, yeah, let's not do this again. Before they retire, please bring us the Harrier character. Oh, I know. I need to bring in the Harrier. I've never been attacked in a petting zoo by an emu, but I guess you could say I have, because like they just peck the living shit out of the food I was carrying. On the A16, and it broke the pylons. My bad. See, I learned about it, but I forgot it already because I didn't put it to memory. Hope your day's going well. Been a bit since I watched you since I was in Bahrain, just chilling in Naples until stuff calms down. Nice to see the green. Well, the sandbox doesn't have very much of that, but I'm glad you're doing good. The Halo Master. If drones existed in World War I, us Canadians would have been all about that in addition to the other checklist items we added to Geneva. Due to a rumor, we used to be a real country. Yeah, this is the thing. I talk a little bit of shit about everybody, right? Like, no one is immune to it, even the U.S., right? Like, every once in a while I give Russia a good zinger or something like that. But I think, like, in every good joke there lies a little bit of truth. And I know hearing it from someone outside your country is painful, right? Like, I don't like when the Brits talk shit about the United States. I'm like, fuck you. But if I'm with another American and they're like, yeah, this is really stupid, why are we doing this? I'm like, I know, right? Like, this is so dumb, right? So I get that. But ultimately, what I would like is for all of our allies to have really powerful militaries, and we could just own this whole bitch. Just everyone on the same team, and like, if you're not on our team, you a broke motherfucker who's just gonna just wallow until you beg us for help. I want all of us to be successful. I want all of us to do well, and I just want the stupidity to end. I really do. So like, that's the underlying truth in all of my videos. No. Driving past that Air and Space Museum in Huntsville time now. Ooh, it's a good museum. They got a Saturn V stood up outside, and then they got one on its side inside. Who would have thought a half track with 450s intended for AA would be good at yoinking infantry? If there's any of those gunners alive, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with them. And I asked Brandon, because when we were at the Air Defense Artillery Training Support Facility, when we were there, The curator stated that in Vietnam, if you had the truck in neutral and the engine off, and you turned, it wasn't a half track, it was actually a deuce and a half back then, and you turned the guns backwards and fired them, you could drive the truck at 15 miles an hour. I was like, Brandon, we should test this. Can you get me 450 cals? And he's like, I mean, yeah, but I don't know if I can get an M45. And I looked on fucking Google, and you can buy an M45 quad mount for about 70 grand. I want to test that theory. Yeah, see, nitrous. Like, it would be like, you guys remember playing a GTA 3 and 4 back in the day? You would turn the barrel of the tank around backwards and just fire it to go faster. Yeah, same idea. The news, for whoever was asking about it, the Franklin plushie is live on Bunker Branding right now as we speak. There's only 500 of them. Honest question, I'm a radar guy, not a missile guy. Is there a ground system using anything like the USN Standard missile? If not, would that work? Hold on, let me think. I got to do a Google here real quick. So hold on. Because I think I know the answer, but I'm just checking. Okay. The Aegis Ashore, which is basically the Aegis system off of an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer placed on the ground. There's 2 of them right now functioning, one in Romania, the other one in Poland. Both ran by U.S. operators. There you go. Those are capable of firing standard missiles, 6s, 3s, 2s. I don't know if we use any other ones. How do you send fan mail? You go to habituallinecrosser.com and there is a P.O. box there. If you want to. Again, it's non-obligatory. Obligatory? Is that the right word? Words are cool. But yeah, I will say also in the U.S. is working on fitting and firing PAC-3s into the vertical launch system on the Arleigh Burkes.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
This stupid 450 calories idea is brought to you by the US tax dollar. BTW just bought the Franklin blush.
Thank you so much, Wither. I don't even know why you're throwing so much in here, man. Still, like, homie, we're homies now. What is my opinion about making full auto great again? Buy an FRT. Right now they're legal. Buy an FRT. Buy as many FRTs as you can get. Those are the forced reset triggers. They act a lot like a full auto, but they're completely legal and anyone can own one. Just throwing that out there. But to finish up about the SM3 or the PAC-3 on Aegis, I would probably have to get into a SIPR lab because I think that they would use PAC-3s in lieu of SM6s because their capabilities on paper are about the same. However, PAC-3 is designed to be guided in by a C-band, and it's just a minor tweak to the Seeker C-band, and the the SPY-6 is X-band, I think. Should be X-band. So we just got to tweak that a little bit. Again, I would have to get into a secret environment because I would have to know the differences in capabilities of the SM6, capability and cost of the SM6 versus the Patriot PAC-3. I don't know if like they've slowed down SM6 production or 3 production. I don't know. FRT and binary triggers are banned in Florida? Ooh. Did you see a lot of stuff? The ATF restricted got deregulated. Suppressor, SBRs, a few others. Suppressors are deregulated? Because I have 2 suppressed weapons, and I have the tax stamps and everything for them. Hi, Fritz. Do you want to come up and hang out here with the daddy? The daddy. You got to say it like you're crying because he's just constantly in a state of the world is so bad. If you shit on my lap. Oh. Okay. That's not a chew toy. That's a neck rubbing thing. What's the big news? The Franklin plushie right back there. is for sale on Bunker Branding right now. That's the news. Sorry. Shit, it did that thing again. I'm like getting way behind. Thanks, guys. Now I'm going to hear about this because I actually understand what's going on. You're the worst. Why would the U.S. not do lasers for Golden Dome instead of using rockets for the cost? I understand it's impractical. I just want to know. So that's a great question. That's actually a wonderful question. Lasers right now require a couple of different things. They require a lot of power, which takes time to build up. The batteries haven't caught up to the laser technology. So that's one thing. Number two, you got to understand that the things that they're using for the Golden Dome, because of the US standoff and like the American continent standoff from the rest of the world, these are most likely going to be ICBM capable, which ICBM is off the top of my head is 3,400 miles, 4,200 kilometers, somewhere in there, of range. Now, if you're firing that far, you go exoatmospheric, and then you come back into the atmosphere. For things like that, you need heat shielding, and heat shielding is incredibly effective against laser weapon systems. Now, for your short-range cruise missiles, not so much. For your drones, not so much. So those lasers are very useful for things like that, but that's why we have to go with kinetic effectors. Give Fritz extra scritches from me. They said extra scritches. Hey. I haven't had dinner yet. There's nothing there. Fritz is very nosy about dinner. So I hope I answered your laser question. 23 years, RCAF working mostly alongside U.S. personnel from NORAD to AWACS and more. Busting balls as part of the Friends and Allies package. Exactly. Here's the thing, man. I will give Canada all the shit in the world. Like, Wolfram is one of my mods. I also consider him a friend. I don't know if my mods consider me their friend. I'm kind of naive like that. And he's Canadian. And I will talk mad shit to him about Canada. I will talk the worst shit in the world. I'll make fun of him. I call him 51 all the time. Like, I give him mad shit. But I promise you, if fucking Slavic Special Ed across the pond decided to go into Alaska and Canada was there backing us up, I would be 100,000% behind my Canadian allies. I would be right there with them. And I'm not going to let anyone touch any of my fucking Canucks. After the war's over, I'm going to give him all the shit in the world. He's a Canardian. Anna Markey is in here. What's up, my dude? Exactly. And he gives it right back. That's just the way it is. And I'm glad that everyone from like the different countries understands that I'm just kind of joshing a little bit, giving people shit. Like, for my, the way I portray Russia, it's not the Russian people. I have no issue with the Russian people. Their government, on the other hand, I got some problems with. Same thing with Iran. The Persian people, no issue with them. The IRGC, yeah, I got beef. Oh, you know what? I didn't play with Wolfram after I renamed my ship. So now my second ship in Windrose, I've named it the USS Kitty Hawk, just because my brother was on that boat. I thought it was kind of cool. And but before, I had my other ship named the Laffy or Lafay. And then right before I got my new ship, I renamed it to the HMCS Serapian. And I was hoping he would see that.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
As much as I would also throw some money in chat, need to save my bonus. Also can't wait for Columbus class submarines to make an appearance, but knowing EB it will be a few years before they are out. Also plan on getting some patches for Epic Fury made.
Ooh, that's going to look awesome. I have something coming. I don't want to say anything too much, but I have friends overseas and they've been a part of Epic Fury and they've had engagements. One of them is like a brother to me. Honestly, one of the closest friends I ever had in the military, and I've been keeping tabs with him and his wife to make sure everything's good. I'm doing something special for them, but he is having everyone in his unit sign a rear blast cover of a Patriot PAC-3 interceptor, and he's going to bring it for me as like a thank you. And I'm honestly, I just want him to get back home to his wife and kids. I really do. Like, if that's the only thing I could ask for, that's what I would ask for. But that's so fucking cool. Buy a fart, okay? The final video with the AV-8B should be at lawn darting in North Carolina. Keep in line with the namesake. We called them North Carolina lawn darts back in the day. I remember I was watching a video, and I don't know how true it is. The guy said he was a pilot for the Harrier. Is that the Harrier, I mean, it did have the vertical takeoff and landing, which is useful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a useful capability. But apparently to take off with that, you burn almost all of your fuel. I don't know how true that is. But that's what the guy said. The shitty kitty. That's what my brother called it. The shitty kitty. You know, I was really hoping after they retired the Kitty Hawk that they would it would bring down the cost of fuel. I don't know if you guys know this, but the USS Kitty Hawk was the last diesel carrier the United States ever operated. And she would drink 250,000 gallons of diesel in a week. That's a thirsty bitch. That is a thirsty in a way I've never read about. Hell yeah, that is super cool. Oh, from Guam. Honestly, being in Guam, you're kind of set up for success. I don't know if you know this, but Guam is the most heavily air-defended nation on Earth. 250,000 sounds like a lot. I mean, what's that in liters? It's like 3.6 liters per gallon. I can't stand Epic Fury. Persian Dawn was right there. Guillotine for the memes. Turan Tango for the alliteration. Alexander for conquering Persia. That's fair. That is actually, I'm not really a big fan of the naming conventions lately. Like, they're cooler than the last, couple guys. But Midnight Hammer, it sounds like a gamer tag, right? Epic Fury. It sounds like what Marines do in the Philippines, okay? I'm just throwing these out there. Is it trash day? Oh, fucking, I don't know. Don't take off with full fuel from the boat, depending on their weapons configuration. Yeah, it's always weird to me that, like, they're like, hey, you're going to carry more weapons but less fuel. You got to fuel up in the air. That's so fucking scary. I like this side up. Oh, also, if you guys get a chance to, and Kozak, I haven't had you around to I need to send this to you. There is a music video by a band called Glory Hammer. And the name of the song is called Hoots Force, which I don't even know what all that shit means. I remember talking about it with Wolfram and Rogue. But in the music video, the guy is like in like Viking attire with a hammer, and they're in space in submarines fighting a space battle. And there's not a single person on this planet that cannot convince me that that is what submariners think that they're doing in the middle of a real sub fight. I just want you to know, I watched that music video. I was like, this is the greatest fucking weird shit I've ever seen in my life. It is so wild. If you guys have not seen the music video of Hoots Force, go watch it. It's worth every second. It is so much fun. Russia's mom is so fat, it took bus memory foam mattress 3 years to forget her.
Well, luckily she's never not far from it in those 3 years.
Can I have a homie application? I think with some candies and a couple 6-packs, our conversations would solve world hunger and bring world peace. I'm trying not to say a buff joke right now. I mean, Aaron, you are one of the homies. I gotta find you in my Discord. That's what I need to do. Because like every time my name comes up in Discord, I get like 15 or 20 new friend requests. And I'm sorry, unless I know you or like I've spoken to you, I don't approve those. Same thing with like my my Steam. I don't just approve anybody. So wouldn't that be Midnight Pounder? Can't get refilled in air, can't get weapons midair. I like the yet. You know what fucked me up for the longest time? That I didn't know, and I honestly, it was my own stupidity. A Russian, or I said something about Aegis. I'm like, Aegis don't give a shit. And they're like, Aegis will run out of missiles. I was like, so you put new ones in the VLS? And they're like, they can't do that out at sea. And I was like, I fucking doubt that one of the most capable navies in the world can't reload their VLS at sea. No, they were right. The capability is coming online, but it's not there yet. That's a real thing. I didn't know we couldn't reload our fucking VLS out at sea. I mean, it makes sense, but still. Dude, you have retarded ass 14 Tangos with forklifts reloading them in the Middle East. So just take a bunch of idiots and have them carry missiles. They're only a couple thousand pounds. I'm sure you have enough idiots on that boat to move a couple thousand pounds. That dude's a hippie, 6-pack in Eddies. This man knows. This man knows ball. Hold up. My favorite band mentioned on Maine. Your favorite band is Glory Hammer? Didn't think regular folks knew about Glory Hammer, the greatest band of all time. I wouldn't say greatest, but their shit's pretty good. I like that one, and then the Unicorn Invasion of Dundee.
Me?
I don't even know what it's about, but it's fucking goes hard.
Me.
Wither.
Let me get a homie application. I have to go. Have a good rest of your night.
Wither, we're friends everywhere, and still you show up and do this to me. Wolfram has my Discord. We talk about weather. All right, Wolfram, make sure I get that. I got you. My favorite Canadian slur was frostback. Yeah, I haven't used that one in a while. Thank you. Did I know Uncle Sam loves his oil? Why don't they ever pump all off U.S. military bases to save my money? Oh, goddamn it. All of U.S. military bases. I'm trying to understand what you're asking, Lucas. Thank you. You did. They're going to bark out a fart. Will you grab one of them? I'm taking both. Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Linecrosser just came home. Looks like I can't talk about all the fun stuff anymore. I'm trying to find out pump all of U.S. military bases. Mrs. Linecrosser approaches. The F-15EX is what reloads you. I mean, did you guys hear little Fritz losing his damn mind? I'm sorry, I don't really understand how to say, like what you're asking. I'm so sorry. Spawn of Nickelback isn't bad. There's a band called Spawn of Nickelback. That's cool. Actually, I listen to weird shit. Okay. And one of the things that my wife gives me so much hell about it is I love like metal covers. I love them. I really do. Like in my playlist, I have my own little playlist on Spotify. It's just called Random. I have, let me see. Oh, also, I discovered this new band, and I only have one of their songs. I haven't really listened to any of their other stuff. The song is called Scar by a band called Eldruna. I tell you, if you're lifting in the gym, that song will make you go hard. Orden Organ, some Nickelback, fucking Rob Zombie, Saliva, a little bit of Tom McDonald, not all of his stuff. Sabaton, of course. Yeah. Frog Leap Studios with Leo? Oh, I love Leo. I have a couple of his songs on here. What's my thoughts of Israel sending an Iron Dome system to the UAE? I think it's a stopgap. I mean, Israel's been trying to sell their Iron Dome for a long time, and there's just some limitations with it. And like, it's not a mobile system unless they figured that part out. I don't know if they have. I don't know if it will meet the criteria of what they need in UAE, because most of what the Iron Dome is designed for is short-range rockets and like TBM alphas, ballistic missile alphas, which are considered short-range ballistic missiles. It's not really designed for mid-range or even long-range. And due to UAE's relative location to Iran across the strait, you really kind of need at least mid-range ballistic missiles to range UAE. Some cruise missiles. So I don't know if it meets the requirement. Tell your man to wear a helmet? Ooh, Falling in Reverse. They're another good one. Dude, they had like a reawakening. Like Falling in Reverse back in the day was like some cringe-ass punk band. And then like Ronnie came out and just started crushing it. Not a personal fan of the blackout tattoos. Never been my thing. But the dude crushes it. And he's incredibly talented. Harrier burned 80 to 100 pounds of fuel during the 10 seconds for vertical takeoff. However, they could only do a vertical takeoff at 50% fuel load. Now I'm learning. Wolfram, oh yeah, we got that. I'm getting caught up here. Fight for the king, for the hammer and the ring. Fight for the ancient story. Fight for your life. We must fight for the power and the glory. And the lead singer did not look like what I thought he was going to look like. But yes, if you guys watch that music video, it's so wild. Like, you have no idea what the hell's going on. The bad guy is like playing a circular keyboard and he has like a hood pulled. It's so wild. Like, I didn't know what the next scene in that music video was going to be. And it's so good. It's just the whole time, like, I like the music, but I'm just looking at the music video like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, at the end, his ship becomes disabled and he like smashes the ground of his ship with a hammer and it goes off like a sonar in space and blasts the enemy ship away. It's so wild. It's so strange. It's just such a good time. Ooh, Skillet. I do like Skillet. And that's part of the reason I like Skillet is because, I mean, aside from, like, their music is good, but as a drummer, I played drums for about 20 years. I have an electric kit in the closet. I just haven't set it up. I don't have room to set it up. I played drums for a long time, but and granted, her drum beats are relatively simple compared to what I used to play. I was more of a metal drummer. But singing while drumming is so incredibly hard and it's rare. And she is very good, like very, very good. So, I can't remember her name, but have I ever listened to voice play? I have not. Drum streams win. Ever heard of pirate metal? Pfft, yes. Ailstorm? Come on. What do you think? I'm a new guy? I listen to every kind of metal. Do you know this thing called polka metal? Yeah. There's a song called Trollhamren, which I think means troll hammer, but it's in another language. I don't understand any of the shit going on in that song, but it goes hard. It's just like, I don't even know. Clowncore? That one? Not a clown fan. Their latest music videos are animated. He has returned the song of the robot prince of Akertul, hero of the cyber kings of that's too many consonants. Diggy Diggy Hole, 100%. Windrose, done. Jolly Rogers, I have not listened to. Oakley Dokley, I've listened to one of their songs, not a fan, but I think it's a really cool idea. Polka Medico's way harder than it should. Exactly. Tactical Maid Core? That's a thing? Lords of Iron. No, but I do like Celtic metal. Mermaider, Death Clock? Of course. I have 3 Death Clock songs. I have Mermaider, Awaken, and another one. I can't remember. Oh, I have good news, man. Finally got his motorcycle. It's a little 400cc Honda. That is a good starter learner bike, right? It's fast enough to get you where you need to go, but it's not too much that it gets away from you. It's a good, solid starter bike. I personally would have gone for 600, but there's nothing wrong with starting with 400. There's nothing wrong with it. Marillion, not heard of that. I like Kozak. Kim Dracula, Killdozer. I actually really like that. I found that on TikTok a while back. And I don't know how that hasn't become like the song for tankers.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
It's early in Italy 0240, so I'm going to head off and nap some. Got college to work on. Nice to see you up and active. We'll have to catch more streams later. Also, I love Skillet though, more a fan. Hailstorm. Hope your day goes well and fair seas.
The Halo Master, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. And you're in Italy, so we got to try and read this in an Italian accent. It is early in Italy, 0240. So I'm going to head off and nap. I got college, I worked, and I don't know why that's not a good Italy accent, which is crazy because I'm like 50% Italian. I think he meant drilling off of U.S. military bases or put military bases where there's oil to pump. That actually makes a lot of fucking sense. I will say some of that is politics and political climate, meaning, so how do I word this? Because this is going to piss off a lot of American taxpayers that just don't know this. There are some countries in the Middle East that we don't have a SOFA agreement with, status of forces agreement. So I said SOFA agreement, pretty much. Anyways. Therefore, we have to go through all their processes and visas and all sorts of other shit like that when we deploy troops there. But we also pay them to be there. Now that may come as a very much of a shock to people. Jordan is one that we pay to be there. No, wait. Is Jordan one? Yeah. Yeah, Jordan is one that we pay to be there. There's a couple other countries that we pay to be in their country. Sounds Swedish. Can I do a Salvadorian accent? I don't even know what a Salvadorian accent sounds like, because like all Latin American accents kind of sound the same to me. I'm sorry. You went to Jordan? Oh man, MSAB? That's where I went through. And then I stopped somewhere. I don't know where. I wasn't allowed to know where, which sounds like really cool, but it wasn't. I was on was that a C-17 or C-130? No, we flew there on a C-130. We came back on a C-17. Anyways, we were on our way back, and from MSAB Jordan to ADAB UAE is like a 4-hour flight, 3 or 4 hours. And so, okay, cool. Just chilling out, got my headphones in, time to take a nap. And we go up, and about 20 minutes later, we come right back down. And I'm like, is there a problem with the plane? Like, because people think like, oh, the military all talks to each other. No, if the Air Force is moving you in one of their cargo aircraft, you're fucking cargo. You don't get to know anything. They're not going to tell you shit, okay? Which sounds wild, but every Air Force person in chat right now is going to agree with me. Like, I am cargo, okay? That's what I am. And we landed somewhere in Jordan, and there was a bunch of dudes in plain clothes, and there was a couple of like flat racks at the back of the C. It was a C-17, I'm almost positive. And they landed, and like my platoon leader came forward and was like, hey, guess what? We're not allowed to get off here. And I was like, cool, where are we? They're like, we're still in Jordan, but you're not allowed to know about this place. And I'm like, okay. And then like all these dudes in plain clothes got off, and they unloaded 2 of the flat racks and then just closed up the back of the C-17, and we took off again. Like, it's, I'm Air Force, still treated as cargo. That's fair. Like, it's, I don't know where I landed. I don't know who those guys were. I have no clue. I'm told we were in Jordan. I don't know which country we landed in. I mean, it wasn't very far from MSAB, wherever we ended up. I don't know if they were 3-letter agency. I don't know if they were special forces, SEALs. I have no clue. They didn't tell us who they were. They were just plainclothes dudes carrying, looked like M4s, and they just got off the plane there. Could have been a CIA black site. I have no clue. I'm all caps now. For a what the fuck moment, check out Anjanine de Poitrine. Is that a band? Why don't the USA pump oil from their military base in the USA to save money if they're oil there, like Texas? Sorry, by the way. I'm just like, no, it's okay, Lucas. I was just trying to understand what you were saying. I don't know if there is oil under our bases. And right now, like, Parkway Drive is a personal fave. I do like Parkway Drive too, Anamarchy. There might be some under Fort Hood, but like they allow drilling on military installations. It's just the government gets a big chunk of it. Like, they absolutely allow that. I've seen oil rigs on Fort Sill. They're out there. They're just not very active. Oh, did I get way behind? Unleash the Archers? Yes. Sorry, I just saw this. This came through Slidey something. Unleash the Archers? Phenomenal. Like, here's the thing. It's hard in any space to be a female vocalist, right? Like, not all female vocalists are the same. Like, I'm not a big fan of, who's that one that, oh God, they're like a big name band, and I just don't like her singing ability. But Unleash the Archers, that female singer they have, she has some pipes. Like, Tonight We Ride, I think is the name of the song. That woman has, the vibrato is there. It's so good. It's so good. And the drummer is good. Like, the whole band is good. You ever listen to a band and you're like, one member of this band is more talented than the rest of them? I don't know if that ever happens to you guys. Maybe it's just me because I played drums for a long time. But like, I'll listen to a band sometimes and I'm like, that person is more talented than the rest of the band. So like, when I listen to, Amaranth, great band. I have no issue with Amaranth. That drummer is the most talented member of that band. That drummer is insane. The triplets he does and just weird offbeats and shit. It's just mind blowing. That drummer is the best member of that band. Like, the most talented, hands down. What's the big news? The Franklin plushie is live at Bunker Branding. I like the chick from Arch Enemy. She's a monster. The new one or the old one? The new one is growing on me. I say new. She's been there for like 8 years now. But the previous one, she was also really good. Beyond the Black, I have one of their songs. I can't remember which one I have, but I have one of their songs. All of Star Wars versus Halo Spartans. That's an interesting take. Sounds like drummer bias to me. You can listen to them. I love Amaranth. They're a great band. I have a couple of their songs on my playlist. Really, really good. But the drummer is hands down the most talented member of that band. Without question. Starship Velociraptor is a banger. God, I'm learning so much about music. I'm gonna have to go back through all these chats and like, oh, I gotta check out that one. I gotta check out that one. Not metal. I mentioned Mover and Gonky, a band called Dos Gringos, F-16 pilots who sing hilarious tunes. I definitely recommend. Cheers, all gotta run. Take it easy, Captain Wrecked. Dos Gringos. I haven't heard of them. Anyone that isn't air crew is cargo. I just rolled out my sleeping bag in a corner and went to sleep on P8s. That's the way it is. Where's Discord? One of my mods dropped that Discord link. 351 minus plus 69. What is happening? Dragon Force drummer is good. He's incredibly talented. However, I think their lead guitarist is equally as talented. He's damn good. The little Asian dude, I can't remember his name. Crush it. Neil Peart. Another incredibly talented musician. Phil Collins. You know what's crazy? You guys are going to laugh. I had never heard of Phil Collins until I watched the Disney Tarzan movie. I'd never heard of Phil Collins. And then like years went on and I was like, this is Phil Collins. This is good. Like, this is Phil Collins. I had never heard of Phil Collins before the Tarzan movie soundtrack. Never heard of it. What's the big announcement? Why you hating? Oh, is that my nephew? Our Franklin plushies are now live on Bunker Branding. Herman Lee is the lead guitarist for Dragon Force. There you go. That's his name. U.S. versus House Katira. Here Comes the Sun. Is that from Dune? Because the only one I know from Dune off the top of my head is House Astartes. Atreides. No. Fuck, I don't even know that. I'm not very good at Dune if that's one of the Dune ones. I would have to do a ton of homework. I didn't know. No weapons. I didn't know who Phil Collins is. I'm sharing my heart with you guys here, and y'all just dunk it on me. 7 Steps from Hell. I've not heard of them. Atomic Clock. Not heard of them. Sorry, weapons, but this is required. What? I didn't know Phil Collins. I didn't know who he was. I will tell you, and this is my other like hot take, and we only got about 8 minutes left. Drummers eat crayons and have canard. Buy a guitar. Okay. Counterpoint. You can have an entire band with just a drum and a bassist. You can be a hippie with just a guitar. I'm sorry. I call it as it is. The drums and the bass are the heartbeat of a band. Fight me. But anyways, what was my hot take? Oh my God, I already forgot my hot take. Oh, yeah, no. This is my hot take. Bryan Adams in the soundtrack for Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, went harder than Phil Collins in Tarzan. Both of them are great. They're phenomenal soundtracks. Incredibly talented musicians. Bryan Adams in Spirit was better. I'm sorry. Fight me. You can be as mad as you want to. Cigar tonight. What's your go-to cigar? I had a cigar earlier. I go to the cigar bar tomorrow with a couple of my wife's family members. Every time one of them comes into town, he's like, hey, let's go to the cigar bar. So we go sip bourbon, have cigars, just shoot the shit. And I'm really, really happy about that. Karen Carpenter. Brother Bear. It's Battletech, Big Stompy Robots and Nukes. Well, now I got to look up Battletech. Phil Collins was everywhere. Friday, I know something's going on. She was in ABBA. Drums and bass are enough. Rush entered the chat. I know there's a guitarist as well. Don't come at me. I mean, it is. That's. You really just need drums. Have I played Mech Warrior? That's a great question. Not since like Mech Warrior 3, way back in the day. This is the thing. I love mech games. I love them. I really do. But not all mechs are the same. Okay. My issue with Mech Warrior And like a lot of the Mech Warrior style is, I guess Konami style of like mech games is the movement, like almost like Souls-like combat where you're like sliding back and forth and you're moving super fast. And I don't like that. I love Titanfall because your feet are planted. You just ka-chung, 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 and like you're going to work. And I love that. Like that's the style that we need. Russia's mom.
Hey, listen, you don't talk shit about my future ex-wife, you son of a bitch.
Dysfunctional veterans message retracted. Wolfram, did somebody do something? Just saying Bryan Adams is Canadian? Well, and just like that, I think Phil Collins is better. Wait, is Phil Collins also Canadian? Hey, Siri. What country is Phil Collins from?
Phil Collins was born in Chiswick, London, England. This answer.
Bachman Turner Overdrive? HLC, is Franklin still on the sauce? Did you guys get that? I was just... He isn't British? Siri's saying he is. He's Pakistani. I don't know if that was meant as a joke, but that is so fucking good. Can I steal that? Davisk, can I please steal that and use it in one of my videos where like someone's like, but you know, I'm British. Oh, you're Pakistani? I think that's fucking hilarious. I love every bit of that. Use the plushie now for Franklin instead of him being off screen. Well, I guess people will finally see what Franklin looks like. My date tonight had to reschedule. Her kiddo is apparently vomit common. Oof. Y'all are stuck with me now. What is this blasphemy about Phil Collins? Ethan, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Look. What I said, now that you're back, is Phil Collins, phenomenal soundtrack for Tarzan. Phenomenal. Great. I would never speak poorly about it. But Bryan Adams in Spirit for Stallion of the Cimarron was better. Come on, that like where they're like the scene where there's like the thunderclouds in the background and like he's been captured and they're like walking him across the desert and he's like, you can't take me, I'm free. Like that, it just goes hard. It just goes hard. Franklin sounded happier than Russia's mom on Plan B. You guys are coming up with better jokes than I get. Battletech is big stompy robots and war crimes like orbital strikes, blowing up the third floor of the... Oh, Battletech. I thought Battletech was a band. I did not know that. Now I know it's a game. I don't have time for more games. I haven't even downloaded Rust and I'm barely into Wind Rose. Tell us about high hypersonic. Anything in excess of Mach 10 is considered high hypersonic. And you have no idea how, like, it's like the angel and the devil on your shoulders. Cause like Russia will say something about hypersonic. And I just want to be like, yeah, but our GBIs are high hypersonic. I really want to use that. But as soon as I say it, they're going to take it and just shit all over it. Oh my God. It's going to drive me nuts. ZZ Top was a great example of a small compliment band. Actually, that's a phenomenal example. You know they are, right? Also, the guy El Espario Ciberano can drum like nothing I've ever seen. Now go hear Phil and rethink life. I mean, Phil Collins is incredibly talented. He really is. Fun game, still have it. Titanfall is just so good. Or are you talking about Battletech? I want to go now. I'm going to check out Battletech, dude. You know what I wish they would bring back? And very few people bought it, but it was so cool. There was, for like PlayStation 2, there was a mech warrior game or something. It was something mech related, and it came with this enormous like controller that you had to like power on this and reroute power and like cycle it all in the right times and everything else like that. And then like you had these two joysticks. It was so cool. I would buy one of those nowadays. Jesus loves me. I like to hope so. Clint, I don't know. Words are hard. Is it Mech Alert? Oh, Battletech is the Mech Warrior tabletop. Steel Battalion. Is Steel Battalion another Mech Warrior game? Because I feel like every time a company like dips into mechs or like mech suits, the following it gets is massive, but then they never expand on it. Like don't even get me started on BioWare and fucking Anthem. But I will tell you there's hope, folks. I'm going to pull up my Steam because I have it on my wish list. And if you have Steam, put this on your wish list. If you liked Anthem like I liked Anthem, it was a game that never got its fair shake. You should put this on your wish list because I'm waiting for it. It's called EV2. It basically looks like a revamped offshoot, but it's going to be like MMO open world Anthem. It's called EV2. It's on Steam. I have it on my wish list. There's release date to be announced, everything to be announced. Battletech is the Warhammer of mech games. I do fuck with Warhammer. I do. The F-22 is a peacock. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. That's a great movie, by the way. Try number 2 without hitting enter with a blank message. Someone said crayons. Thanks. Now I'm hungry. Someone call me Dum Dum. What did I do? I mean, I am kind of dumb. Second Fallout playing now. Everyone loves Warhammer. Honestly, like, I will tell you guys this. This may be a bit of a take. I had to ponder deep inside myself for this one. I love the Ender's Game series. I've read most of them. Ender's Game, 10 out of 10. Ender's Shadow, fucking 12 out of 10. Speaker for the Dead, 8 or 9 out of 10. And then after that, it kind of fell off for me. The Horus Heresy that I've read so far, I genuinely think is better. It's just, I've loved the art style. It's so descriptive. Like, you know what's happening in these things. You become attached to the characters. Like, dude, it's so crazy. I did not know the can of worms that I was opening because I thought it was just a bunch of brooding, dumbass, fucking genetically engineered monsters fighting each other and fighting some things out of the warp. But it's so much more than that. Like, I have enjoyed it just immensely. So thank you guys for suggesting the Horus Heresy to me, because like when I finished the 3rd book, I don't know if you guys have ever finished a book and then like you look around and everyone is continuing on throughout their day and like they have no idea the trauma you just experienced. That's what it made me feel. I loved every bit of that. Glad I retired before some general saw Top Gun Maverick and asked how to make a Mach 10 ejection survivable. I just said plot armor and got charged. Dude, I can't believe that shit. A Mach 10 fucking ejection. So I'm Johnny Knoxville. We're going to turn my insides into outsides. Dude, Battletoads game is hilarious and fun. I've been looking into that one. It's like a Borderlands style, like looter shooter. I did look into that. 40K for the lore. I've never played it. No, I mean, I've played some of the online games. Like I played some of the Steam games. Like somebody got me Warhammer Dawn of War. Someone sent that to me. And I played it. It's really good. And I also have Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I bought it. I played it once and I was like, maybe I just need people to play it with because I don't really fully understand the premise. But the books, top tier. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, Fallout New Vegas Remastered. Don't forget we also have the new Master Chief, the Halo campaign Evolved coming. So thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to support the channel, you can go to habituallinecrosser.com. Don't forget to go on over to Bunker Branding and get your Franklin plushie. While supplies last. I'm never doing that shit again. As always, don't do the enemy any fucking favors. I care about every single one of you. I love you guys. I will see you all here next Friday. Laters.